Okay. Well, make sure everything's all good here. Alright. Okay. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Forrest over here, and welcome. Welcome back to Ace Attorney Investigations Collection. Now, you guys may know something different about me compared to the last time we've talked on the channel. Even during the two failed live streams. Let's see if you guys recognize what it is that's different. I'm not going to say anything. We'll see if you guys can figure it out. But anyway, let's go ahead and just get started with it. We're going to go ahead and get started with it. We are going to play episode 2, Turnabout Airlines, from the beginning, because I messed up completely with it, and I was getting so tired by the time I was at some point, and so I was like, okay, we gotta play this when I'm not so tired. Well, here we are, so let's go ahead and try to play the game again. So without further ado, hello Daniel Barry, how you doing? Begin. Episode 2, Turnabout Airlines. The murder that occurred in my office. The return of the great thief Yatagarasu. Thinking back, everything began on that fateful day, 2 days ago. 2 days earlier. Oh my god, things are able to go back to the way things were. Yes, everything began high up in the air, 9,000 feet in the air to be precise. Thank you for flying GoU Airlines. We are currently experiencing some slight turbulence. We are asking all passengers to please return to their seats and fasten their seatbelts. Oh, that does not look like red wine, that looks like blood. March 12th, 6:13 a.m., Flight G390, first floor lounge. Why do I feel like I just woke up from a horrible nightmare? 6:13, huh? Guess I was out cold for about 10 minutes. Slight turbulence indeed. Ladies and gentlemen, we are currently experiencing some slight turbulence. For your safety, we ask that you return to your seats and fasten your seatbelts. I suppose turbulence is to be expected on a flight, though admittedly I'm less than comfortable with anything resembling earthquakes. Huh? What's this? A travel wallet? But it's not mine. How did someone else's travel wallet wind up in my pocket? My head. Why won't this headache go away? I'll take care of this travel wallet later, or hand it off to an attendant. From earthquake-like turbulence to an elevator. What am I doing, hesitating like this? Actually, I know full well why I hesitate. It was when I was still but a young child. Sorry guys, no DL6 incident music today. Unfortunately, I was caught up in a murder that happened in an elevator. But how long am I going to let my past haunt me? It's just an elevator. I'm a grown man now. I need to behave like one. What the? What in the world happened? Is there something wrong, sir? I must ask that you please return to your seat. He's dead! Please, calm down. You mustn't jump to conclusions without all the facts. Edgeworth, with all due respect, do you think that is going to reassure a woman who just seen a dead body, who's obviously not used to seeing a dead body at all? You, maybe. She will not be. What's wrong? Did something happen? You murderer! No, you have it all wrong. It wasn't me. And so what do? They arrest him because of coincidental bullshit. That's pretty much why he's arrested. March 12th, 6:41 a.m. Flight G390, second floor, first class. Everyone, I am sorry to interrupt, but I have an important announcement. I am one of your flight attendants today, Rhoda Telero. Unfortunately, we have just had a minor accident on this flight. An accident? Don't treat us like we're stupid. I caught a glimpse and it was a murder. What? Murder? What's going on with this flight? Everyone, please calm down. There's no reason to panic. This flight will stay on course and make its scheduled landing. We are still currently in the middle of a rough patch of turbulence. So until we are out of this area of turbulence, I ask that you please remain seated. But someone was killed, right? I mean, what about the killer? Let me off! Please, there's no need to feel threatened. We have already apprehended the culprit. I ask that everyone please remain calm. What the heck is he talking about? Why should we remain calm? My name is Miles Edgeworth. I am a prosecutor and I assure you I am not the killer. Ha! Being a prosecutor doesn't make you incapable of murder, buddy. Now you listen here. I am not the killer. I simply found the body. So you say, however, I am sure that you are the perpetrator of this crime. I swear on my honor as a professional flight attendant. First of all, ma'am, don't ever do that, okay? Don't ever try. I swear on my honor as this, or I swear on my family member's life, or my life, or my honor, whatever. Don't do it. It's stupid. Just don't. Also, I noticed there's a law book by Edgeworth. That should tell you he is a prosecutor. Oh, is that right? I know what I saw. And there's even very strong incriminating evidence to back me up. What kind of incriminating evidence is she talking about? We've already alerted the proper authorities at our destination. Until we land, you will remain in our custody by the powers vested in our captain. I'm very sorry, but please understand our situation. Your situation? I'm more concerned with mine and the direction it's going in. I'm not about to just sit idly by while I get accused of murder. Miss Tenero, is it? Yes? I was wondering if you might give me a chance. A chance? To do what? A chance to plead my case. And a chance to ask what you meant by incriminating evidence just now. To accuse a passenger of such a grave crime without allowing him to give a proper defense. Tell the professional flight attendant inside of you really call this action righteous? You have a point. Very well, I'll listen to what you have to say. But be wary of what you reveal. I'm afraid you'll only look even more suspicious if your explanation fails to satisfy. I also do not have the time to deal with you all day, so please make it quick. Of course. As you wish. Good. Very well then. Let's get started. I know for a fact that I didn't kill that man in the elevator. What I don't know is what sort of evidence he has up his sleeve. But I'm certain it doesn't fit with how the crime really occurred. And there we go, it's time to start the first, basically the first testimonial debate. The first testimony turned debate in this episode. Not the game, the episode. What Miss Tenero saw. I swear to tell the whole truth as a professional flight attendant. Unfortunately for you, Mr. Edgeworth, I am certain you are the killer. The scene I saw in front of the elevator. It was you, standing there with fresh blood dripping off of the murder weapon. So if you would please cooperate, we'll turn you over as soon as we land. That's it? That's her evidence? I don't think you could ask for a more perfect witness testimony. Wouldn't you agree, Mr. Edgeworth? Not really. It's hardly perfect when there's a gaping hole in it. Rebuttal. What Miss Tenero saw. So this one is actually pretty easy. She talks about having the murder weapon. But that is currently that is currently the murder weapon because there is a lot of blood on it. Whether this involves the crime scene mode is beyond sure. In any case,
objection!
Miss Tenero. Wait, Miss Tenero! What is with the yelling all of a sudden? Ah. Miss Tenero, you say you saw the murder weapon dripping with blood, is that correct? Yes, all that blood. Drip, drip, drip. Just recalling that scene sends a chill down my spine. Sorry, but your so-called professional flight attendant training has failed you. What? I'd like to direct your attention to this. Oh, starting to doze off. Let's not do that. I'd like to direct your attention to this. Do you know what this is? It's a travel wallet, right? But it looks a little big and bulky. The thing you saw me holding when I discovered the dead body in the elevator was this very travel wallet, Miss Tenero. What? Impossible! Now then, do you still think I am the killer that killed him with a travel wallet? But, no. But I saw blood dripping from the wallet, I know I did. Did I stop doing enough, please, Shelly? As you can see, this wallet is clearly stained. But if you would be so kind as to take a whiff, I think you'd agree it's only grape juice. Ah, then... That's right. You mistook the grape juice for the world. That's right. Jeez, wow, man, I need to stop doing enough. That's right, you mistook grape juice for blood. The murder weapon dripping with blood does not, in fact, exist. No! There, that should clear up that pesky accusation. Wait just a sec. That is... I mean, everyone a wallet could be deadly if it was wrapped around something heavy. I demand that you show me show me what's inside, Pickles. She slowly turned around. She's trembling, and all the ceases on please and the sound. She's trembling, and the tacked on please at the end. Sounds like I've got her. There's no need to look inside, even you can tell from its appearance that it's light. No! I can't be sure of anything until I see the comments at the wallet for myself. She's a persistent one. She's a persistent one. I suppose we have no choice but to see what's inside. Miss Tenebro, if you'd be so kind as to open the wallet and check its contents for me. Alright, I usually don't pry into passengers' belongings. We have no choice here. It seems that his passport is all that's in here. As you saw, there's nothing but a passport inside this. Hmm. This renders your wallet with the murder weapon argument moot. Wouldn't you agree? Please hear me out, Mr. Edgeworth. What is it now? Well, I was wondering, whose passport is it exactly? Hmm. Can I take a look? Why not? I'm rather curious myself. This is... just as I thought. This travel wallet belonged to Mr. Acme Hips. This makes it the victim's property. All data added to the added in my organizer. Well, you stole the victim's wallet. Uh, hmm. Okay. Did you see? Alright, hold on a second. Yeah, I'm not fixing that button. Uh, hmm. Oh, that's how you fix it. Okay. Yeah, so, let's see here. I just want to go here to see this. So he said, so she says, you, you stole the victim's wallet, didn't you? How dare you! You said it yourself. You claimed to be holding this wallet in your hands when I found you. Perhaps I did misconstrue the wallet for the murder weapon, but it seems that I wasn't wrong about who the culprit is. Miss Tonero's logic. As you claimed, the murder weapon is not the travel wallet. However, it is something you stole from Mr. Hicks after you were done with the vile deed. I find it hard to believe myself, but your motive was very simple. You were out to steal Mr. Hicks' money, weren't you? Alright. So even though I didn't have the murder weapon on me, you still suspect me, I see. You stood up at the crime scene with the victim's wallet in your hands. How can I turn a blind eye and not suspect you of foul play? Rebuttal, Miss Tornado's logic. So we got an answer for this one. Look at what's around his body. He's got so many dollar bills on that floor. So borrow.
Hold it!
Oh, wrong button. Do you think I was after his money? Where did that mammy idea come from? Yeah, I like how they do that. Hmm.
Objection!
I wonder if I might get a word in, Miss Tonero. What is it now? Miss Tonero. Miss Tomato, I wonder if you noticed a contradiction within your own testimony. What are you talking about? It's simply impossible that the motive for this murder was monetary theft. One glance at the crime scene should have told you that. Alright. What about this scene would prove that the motive for the murder was not the money? The answer is very simple. The money itself!
Take that!
If I may direct your attention to the things strewn all over the floor. Ah! That's right. The floor is covered in bills and coinage. By your rationale, these were the very things the killer was after. Ah! I think we can assume that the wallet fell during the victim's struggle with his killer. And I would think that the killer would have noticed something like that money scattering everywhere. Furthermore, as you can see, there's the effort made by the killer to gather the money. But the wallet...
Objection!
Oh yes, the wallet. You'll also recall that the only thing that it was Mr. Hicks' passport. If you are really interested. Yeah, because his birthday is in August. So, yeah. Let's see. Then you... Okay, so... If you are really insisting that I was a criminal based on the breach, then you're claiming that it was from an empty train wallet. Then you started claiming it was all four of you travel on my going. Let's see here. Hey, what the heck? Are you saying that attendant's wrong? So that guy isn't the killer? Ha! Don't believe it, everyone. It's just a trick. Would you all please be quiet? Miss Tenero. Yes? You were so cool when I saw you. When you saw the dead body. Plus the lounge was dark and from the elevator. That is so. It's easy to see how you could mistook the wallet in my hand for the murder weapon. I no offense to material. Of course, let's. Yep. I take no offense that you thought that I was the killer. Mr. Edgeworth, thank you for releasing me. Oh yeah, it's this guy right here. Let me go ahead and move the camera so you guys can see it. What is it now? Oh, hold on a second here. Oh. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, yeah, I pressed the wrong button. I did not mean to turn off my camera. I just put it right here. Actually, no, we can't. I forgot. You know what I'll have to do? I have to leave it right there for now. Oh wait, I missed a line here. Okay, so he was saying a foreign language that we don't even know that much about, so let's go ahead and figure things out, shall we? Let's see. Miss Tenero, if you could please translate, I'd be much obliged. It sounds like Borgillian, but I don't understand any of it. There's another attendant on this flight who... I said that he is giving the runabout. I don't require an interpreter. I speak English just well. See? You, the attendant. Yes, sir? I don't want this person to be under the arrest until we arrive at the airport. For those wondering, I'm actually trying to make my voice sound like the Burgermeister Meisterburger from Santa Claus is Coming to Town, the Ransom Bass Christmas special episode that they did. Yeah, that's who I'm trying to sound like. I hate toys, and toys hate me. Either they are going or I am going. And I am certainly not going grimsly. Yeah, that. I'm so sorry, sir, but what exactly are you hoping for? What is it you want? I am finished talking to the likes of you. Please, I would like to hear why you would like me to be held under arrest until we land. You! How dare you try to waste my time? You were the one who stuck your nose into my business. I wanted to spend even at least one more second with my precious art. I have no time for other things. I know what you are. I see through you. Insolvent. Yes, I am pretty sure that's how you say it in English. Well, I should hope I'm not momentarily bankrupt, but I don't think that's what you meant. I'm sorry, but I don't think I caught your name. I am Zintler Blank the Second. I am a very wealthy man in the Virginia. But I am not an ordinary rich man. I am an art dealer, a rich seller of beauty. Mr. LeBlanc, what did you mention just now? Pardon? When you said that Mr. Edgeworth was giving me the runabout, I have to explain? Unbelievable! I will say it once, and only once. I do not have even a second to waste. Time is money, as they say. Yes, and yet you'll continue to blather on. I saw it. Yes, I did. I saw the victim go into the elevator, going down to the lounge. It was exactly at 6 o'clock. And what's the significance of that time? At 6, he says. Wait, you saw him at 6? What's the matter, Mr. Edgeworth? He understands, I see. Miss Attendant, what time did you discover the body? Well, it was a little after that patch of turbulence, so I would say around 6:15. Ah! Hicks was his name, was it? Then I saw that man Hicks was cleared in the 15-minute time span. And the only person in the lounge at that time was this prosecutor, yes? Yeah! I was in my seat the whole time! Me too! I was watching the movies and enjoying a fine glass of grape juice. I was still eating, still haven't finished yet. The other passengers here have an alibi, so you would have no problem with them. Wait. The other passengers have an alibi, so you should have no problem with them, I suppose. No compliment, I see. Not a single word against this right. I have a way of discounting what you have put forth at this point, but it wasn't me. Oh, so you say. But do you have what you say, the evidence? Edgeworth! Mr. Edgeworth! Are you really the culprit after all? Mr. LeBlanc, I suppose you are giving your son entire lessons, because I just gave my son a testimony. Of course! I was looking at that man the whole time! He was playing with an annoying little, small machine the whole time. Machine? Yes, that's what you people call it in English, yes? It was making me crazy with the click, click, click. From that description, it sounds like a sort of small computer. I believe in what Mr. LeBlanc and Tennis want. But how about it? If you... I'm gonna give you more text here. I believe what Mr. LeBlanc is talking about is a cell phone. I have to say that I did see him playing with quite a bit myself. A simple cell phone or laptop or organizer, I do, but that's kind of low, it's right there. A laptop or organizer I don't see, but that's kind of hyper budget. I hate that noise little machine in his head. He should fire it and get rid of Jayton. Not a fragment of beauty. All of it produces is ugly sound. Wait, hold on, let me do that again. Not a fragment of beauty. I know that produces a high Los Angeles roll, but not if I... Anyway, I know what I saw. Miss Telero. Yes? I was wondering if I might be granted permission to examine the crime scene. What? You want to examine the crime scene? So if you'd grant me a little measure of time, I'm sure I could produce the real culprit. Huh. I don't like the sound of that. Foxes in the duck pen. I think that's how you say it in English. Nope, not at all. Let's see. See. It's Fox guarding the hen house, and I believe my inconvenience was proven earlier. And if I'm given the right chance, I can clearly up and ante him at someone at some point. And if I'm given the chance, I can clear up all the remaining doubts. Miss Tenero! If you wait until we arrive, there's a good chance that some evidence will come up destroyed by me. I understand. Let me see what the captain has to say. Ha! This should be interesting. Lady, woman, handle up. Hmm. Please, Mr. LeBlanc. In an emergency, all decisions are to be made by the captain alone. Now, please wait, dear, while I go ask the captain what to do. I'll be right back. Oh. I'll be back. I'll be right back. You are not. You are not planning to erase evidence when you are doing your investigation, yes? Of course not. Ha! We will see. Mr. Edgeworth, you have the captain's permission to investigate the crime scene. What? Unbelievable! Bad Bunny to do it. Bad Bunny told you to do it. Hmm. Can I stop losing my headphones? That'd be lovely. I am in your debt, Miss Telero. However, there is one condition. I am to supervise you. Can you agree to that? Of course, I see no problem with that stipulation. It's only natural that I am still a suspect in this case. I take full responsibility and will watch Mr. Edgeworth's every move. I hope this is reassurance enough that there will be no foul play. Now then, Mr. Edgeworth, shall we proceed? If you should need my help with anything, please feel free to use the triangle button to talk. It's time to head back to the scene of the crime. The first floor lounge. Yeah, that's giving you a sign to go up the steps for the upstairs area that this leads to. Anyway, he said, SpongeBob. Yeah, just such a meme show, I'm telling you. Anyway, getting a bit off topic here. March 12th, 7:26 a.m. Flight G390, first floor lounge. I want to thank you for your help back there, Miss Telero. It was nothing. You should thank the captain for giving you permission. And just so everything is perfectly clear, I still don't trust you. Your standing with me hasn't changed one iota. I see. I will bear that in mind. I received an order from the captain earlier. He wants you to know that we reserve the right to stop your investigation if we feel you are not making enough progress. And what do? They ask about your father and managers. Oh. And when we do, he asks that you please return to your seat at that time. So my time runs out of his and his crew's discretion, does it? I have to find a way to discredit Mr. LeBlanc's testimony before time runs up. I understand. By the way, is there any places you can think of where the killer might hide on board? I don't think so. After every first class passenger was accounted for in his or her seat, we made a thorough search of the plane. As for business and economy class, no one could move between those two classes in first class without a staff key card. And we found no record of a key card being used at all. Which means that I have a first class killer out on my hands. At least I know that much for sure. And one other thing. No one else has been allowed near this crime scene since the murder was discovered either. Begin investigation. First floor lounge. Now then, let's get started. But where should we start from? Let's start with Mr. LeBlanc's statements. The crime occurred between 6 and 6:15 a.m. During that interval, the only person in the locker room in the lounge was myself, which would make me the prime suspect. However, since I did not kill Mr. Hicks, it seems that the killer was around somewhere. Where was the killer? What clues point to where the killer could have been? If we are to believe what you say is true, then the first officers. Let's stop him. See if he recognizes this. Okay. The first order of business will be to gather information to win your visit. Oh, okay. This door leads to the flight attendant's room. But please understand that it's off limits to unauthorized personnel. The room is living off the scent of women's perfume. One would think that perfume would smell great, however. To me it simply smells. Not that I have any interest in what lies behind this door. Perhaps we should return to the investigation, Mr. Edgeworth? Mr. Edgeworth? Sorry, I spaced out for a second there. These bottles and glasses must have been broken by the turbulence. There's quite a bit of broken glass here. Please be careful when passing through the area. Thank you very much for the warning, Mr. Edgeworth. However, no matter how kind you are towards me, know that it does not clear up any suspicions I have about you. I wasn't warning you for the sake of clearing my name! Yeah, okay, woman. Okay, Miss Tomato. These counter windows offer a glimpse of the sky, but these clouds, they tell me nothing. Mr. Edgeworth, you look like you're talking to the clouds. Is that so? Then tell me, what do you suppose I said to them? I don't know, but it looks like a rather one-sided conversation. The clouds, they tell me nothing. There are a few copies of Sky magazine in the magazine rack. There's a month-long vacation with some English trivia quiz. This morning's special is an English trivia quiz. That's not a bad idea. I've heard that the youth of today don't know a particle from a participle. Now, please don't go alright and confuse everyone because I know this should be most likely, yeah, in one area but not the other. But anyway, now, please don't get caught around, go around accusing people with made-up words, Mr. Edgeworth. Who's ever heard of such a silly word as participle? Case in point. It's kind of... What or who is this? This is a bronze statue of the founder of GoU Airlines, Mr. Hugo Hughes. I need to squint more. What floors does this elevator service? Only the first and second, although it can also go down in the cargo hold. However, that requires a flight crew jet card. So this is the only floor accessible to passengers on the first and second level. I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious-looking little cranny. Money is strewn all over the floor of the elevator. I wouldn't guess it was all in Mr. Hick's wallet at some point. What is this? What is this sinister-looking figure on the floor here? Oh, that's a piggy bank of our company mascot, Captain Hugo. It's just one of the many many pieces of economical stuff. It's just one of the many pieces of merchandise we sell at our in-flight shop. This bank is a limited edition and so popular that we're down to our last one. You have an in-flight shop? Yes, it's just beyond that lounge to the right. Then shuttered the stores closed. One moment. But it was open the whole flight while up until Mr. Hick's body was discovered. Let's see. Murder weapon, Captain Hugo. The murder is still fresh. Could this be the murder weapon? Good question. There's something sticking out of his pocket. Hope you won't mind if I take a look at what's inside. It's a picture. It looks like a video it was taken inside a building somewhere. see. Photo of Mr. Hicks. Found in the victim's pocket. A souvenir picture, perhaps. Let's see here. I doubt anyone was expecting to find a dead body in an elevator on this flight. So, Mr. Hicks, he's really dead? Hmm. Right. Yes. She's trembling, although I can't fault her for that. And there's a corpse right beside there. Mr. Hicks, if you're really dead, then press answer yes. I see she's over the trembling now, although a new note of symptoms seems to have appeared. Anyway, I should focus on the victim's body. Let's see. There's blood on the back of Mr. Hicks' head. Could this be the cause of death? He appears to have been struck very hard. Blunt force trauma. Wound on the back of Hicks' head suggests blunt force trauma, but what caused it? Even his glasses are broken. The victim's glasses are broken. Were they broken during this murder? I wonder what was hanging off this lanyard. Something's missing from this picture. If I could just put my finger on it. Ah, we see something missing here. Is this spot somehow connected to any of the evidence I hold? Yes! Because it's missing that piece.
Eureka!
Mr. Hicks's machine is nowhere to be found. His machine? His cell phone, Miss Toledo. Ah, so I guess it's because it's not here. Yes, I think we can safely deduce that the killer took it. Missing cell phone data jotted down in my organizer. I'm actually sounding fully awake now. I guess I just had enough time being so tired that my body is like, okay, time to wake up. Let's hope it keeps going. I wish it could a little bit higher than that. Yeah, so if you successfully find an area, like all the clues of an area, that's what he'll say instead of all that. There's some spilled grape juice in the front of the elevator. I assume it was spilled during the turbulence. Oh, we must clean that up or someone might get hurt. Aha! Huh? What is it, Mr. Edgeworth? I found some very important evidence. What is the most important piece of evidence in this scene? Here. Oh, what we got here?
Take that!
What is it? They're a little smudged, but I think we can both agree they are a set of footprints. There's some spilled grape juice on the floor in front of the elevator. So you think... Yes, these belong to our killer. Oh, then maybe we should check the shoe sizes of everyone in first class. I don't think that will be of any help to us. Unfortunately, the prints are too smudged, which will make it hard to get a definitive match. Oh, I see. Glasses and candles turn into disarray by the turbulence. It's been a while since I've seen this bit of a mess. It's terribly embarrassing, but I thought it was an earthquake for a second. And I frantically started searching for glass valves to shut off. I guess the shape of the plane was bad enough to be mistaken for a real earthquake. But not that I would know, since I was unconscious for most of it. This toppled over chair. Yet another victim of the turbulence. Ah no! Look at all the grape juice staining on the back! It may not look it, but this chair was extremely valuable. It was? Yes! It was used when the Rocker Pals came to tour this plane. The Rocker Pals leader sat in this very chair. I'm sorry, but what are these Rocker Pals? I can't believe you've never heard of them. They're all the rage. The Rocker Pals are an extremely popular international band. They added the Pals part as they became more popular, especially among teens. Oh, that explains it. I'm not really one for the music of today. Maybe I should ask Detective Gumshoe about them later. On second thought, I can already see how confusing the conversation would get. This grand piano is the pride of this plane. This grand piano is the pride of this plane. It can play the music of whatever CD we insert into its CD drive. That's not a piano. It's more like an overgrown music box. Ah, but its keys do press along with the music as though there really is someone playing it. Some people have entirely too much money to waste on overly complex toys. Now I know those type of, I know those sorts of things. That's not really, impressive. So let's go ahead and do some puzzle pieces, because we got plenty of these things to do. See, I would likely to believe... Let's try this. Yes! Thank you! True, there wasn't anyone else in the lounge other than myself right before the turbulence. But if the killer was in the elevator along with the victim, then that's a different story. In the elevator with Hicks? If only I could prove that the killer rode the elevator with Hicks. Let's see. There we go. A statue with blood on it lying next to the body of a man who was beaten to death. Oh! Mr. Edgeworth, I think I figured something out. Yes, what is it? The way the blood is on this. It looks like it matches up with the wound on his head. Well, aren't we deserving of the master of the obvious title? Well, what do you think, Mr. Edgeworth? Don't you think that's worth investigating? It would appear that this figurine is our meta weapon. Oh, I just knew it! I mean, I can't think of any other collection. Perhaps Master of the Oblivious would be more befitting. Captain Hugo Pigglybank data jotted down in my organizer. Usually on display at the in-flight shop. Found at the crime scene with blood on it. I doubt this would do anything, but let's try just for shits and giggles. Nope. Not exactly a shining example of the perfect line of logic. Yeah, I just wanted to see it because I think that's all we're gonna get for this one right now. It say we still got something to find in here. There's no grape juice residue on the soles of his shoes, making it highly unlikely that Mr. Hicks entered this elevator after the turbulence. There we go, we finally got it all. Alright. Are you in need of assistance? Miss Toledo, I'd like to ask you about investigating the lounge. As long as you have the captain's permission, I can't stop you from looking around. If you could pass a message along, tell him I'm grateful for his spirit of cooperation. I will. However, please realize that you are still under suspicion. To be honest, I still have my doubts about you. Of course, and I take no offense. Do you really understand what I'm saying? Yes, verily. Do you pinky swear you do on your honor as a professional prosecutor? I pinky swear I do. On my honor as a professional prosecutor. Well, I guess that settles that. I feel my honor as a man slowly diminishing. Notice anything? Did you notice anything? I was wondering whose footprints are next to the elevator. I'd say the killers, wouldn't you say? Even if they aren't, I'm sure they are a vital clue to solving this case. Ooh, maybe there are other clues waiting to be found in other places. Come on now, Mr. Edgeworth, let's go find them together. A word of advice. Nobody likes a credit thief, so stop stealing my lines. Damn. I was wondering if you noticed anything, Miss Toledo. Yes, I can't help but notice that sad atmosphere in here. Yes, it is a rather tragic crime. I'll say, robbing the poor man after bludgeoning him to death. Talk about rubbing in the salt. I can't forgive someone who would do this to a passenger of mine. I swear as a professional flight attendant that I will capture the culprit with my own hands. And I promise as a prosecutor to solve this case with logic and deduction. I should go over all the leads I've collected so far one more time. The key to solving this lies at the intersection of my logic and the evidence. There's some blood on one of the corners. Could this Peter Bank be the meta weapon? Even if you show that to me, I still cannot allow you free reign. I'm sorry, but I must admit that I still have my doubts about you. Clearly a different innocent, I see. Let's see here. What else is there to look for? Let's try this one. Nope. The in-flight shop is just beyond these shutters. But we don't have permission to open them, so I'm afraid I must leave them closed. There must still be clues to be found here in this lounge. I must remain ever vigilant. Well, if there are any clues, I think we've tackled all of them, really. Is there anything I'm missing in here? Oh. A pity that a bronze statue knows not when good drink has been spilt at its feet. This is a statue of our founder, Mr. Hugo Hughes, who was a big fan of grape juice. I'm sure he would be thrilled if he knew so much grape juice was here at his feet. Is that a hint of hero worshipping I detect? I am so confused now. I have just about explored every nook and cranny I can think of. Hmm. Yeah, I don't know where else to look. I just about looked everywhere. Is there something else I'm missing? Let's try this one. Okay, there we go. I have it! Huh? I'm sorry, but I don't understand, Mr. Edgeworth. I can prove that someone other than myself was here around the time of the murder. What? Really? Yes. It's rather simple, actually. Took me about 3 times to finally figure this shit out, but at least we finally did it. Sorry. Anyway. The proof is in the pudding, or rather the grape juice in this case. These footsteps here confess to me this very fact, that someone exited the elevator alive. Seeing as how the victim is dead, that would mean a second person. But couldn't the footprints be from Mr. Hicks himself? Oh, but if you take a look at our victim's shoes, you could see the soles are spotless. Which means Mr. Hicks wasn't alone in the elevator. In fact, it's quite the opposite. There was actually one other person inside the elevator. Grape juice footprints data jotted down in my organizer. Spilt during the turbulence. Looks like footprints in something being dragged. There we go, we finally completed it. Finally! Took me long enough to figure that out. Huh? What's going on over there? What? Unforgivable! This is unforgivable! Don't you understand what I am saying? The movie is late! It is the same level of bad as if the plane arrived late! But the movie... What? I will not talk to you anymore! You are just wasting my time! What is the matter, Mr. LeBlanc? If there's no emergency, please return to your seat, sir. Do not tell me what to do! I need not to sit down! Well, Mr. Prosecutor, did you prove your innocence yet? If you would like, I will prove my innocence to you right now. What? Nonsense! Are you saying my eyewitness testimony is mistaken? Not mistaken, merely that there is room for doubt. I'd be more astonished if you could please tell me what you saw in detail once more. Fine! Suit yourself! What I saw! I am certain that I saw Mr. Hicks enter that elevator. It was when the needles on my pocket watch pointed to the 6 and the 12. The body was discovered 15 minutes after that in the lounge, yes? Then you, the only person in the lounge at the time, must be the criminal. Mr. LeBlanc's conclusions seem to make logical sense. After all, the only person in the lounge at the supposed time of the murder was me. So, my eyewitness testimony. If you think you can destroy it, then come, let me see. Hurry! Do I look like a man who is having the time to wait for you? Why is he so irritated? I'm the one accused of murder here. Anyway, I must find a way to discredit Mr. LeBlanc's account somehow. And fast. Rebuttal. What I saw. I am certain that I saw Mr. Hicks enter that elevator.
Hold it!
Mr. LeBlanc, were you able to get a good look at the inside of the elevator at that time? Of course I saw what was inside. And you are sure that the victim was in the elevator alone? Yes! The only person inside there is that Mr. Hicks man. This last outburst is only a bit too important to let go. The only person inside was that Mr. Hicks man.
Objection!
That was easy. I know it's going to be a bit harder as we go along, but that was actually pretty easy. Mr. LeBlanc, there is a very glaring contradiction in your testimony. What do you mean? Please take a look at the area in front of the elevator. There at the spilled footprints? Yes, the one that lead from within the elevator out into the route itself. It's evidence that proves that someone other than Mr. Hicks exited the elevator alive. Oof. You know what? Here's what we'll do. I'll play the original soundtrack for this part, and then play the arranged music for the next part, since we already have known a good amount of the music already, so yeah. There must have been another person in the elevator with Mr. Hicks. Now then, I'm done playing games. Why don't you tell us the truth? Foreign language that I do not know what he's saying. Can you please translate for us? No way, that's totally impossible. I guess is what he said. No way! That is totally impossible! I know there was no other person in there. I saw it with my own eyes. Just because they didn't enter it when you saw him doesn't mean nobody else entered it after that. If you want to know what I think, Mr. Edgeworth, I don't think Mr. LeBlanc is lying to us. I suppose she's right. He doesn't seem to be lying. But then what does it mean? What about this contradiction? Mr. LeBlanc, please, just once more, will you recall the details of what you witnessed for me? What I saw, part 2. I was very upset when Mr. Hicks passed by my seat. I was always checking the time, over and over again. I happened to follow that man with my eyes when he passed me. And I saw clearly into the elevator he was entering. But I swear there was no one else inside. No one! Mr. LeBlanc, if you would please calm down. What? Do you dare to have issue with my eyewitness testimony? No, not at all. Please forget I said anything. Yet again, he doesn't appear to be lying. But I can't let this testimony stand as the truth. Rebuttal. What I saw, part 2. Why? So are you still upset now? I am always upset! The only time I am not is when I have a piece of art in my hands! It's surprisingly easy to believe that about him. But I was even more upset when Mr. Hicks walked by me. Why? I was always sick of the time, over and over again.
Hold it!
Why were you so attentive to the time? Because something unforgivable is happening. Look at this man's face. He has got the crazed look in his eyes. Come to think of it, you were yelling about something unforgivable earlier. I was giving a complaint to the attendant about the movie starting time. Return back to me my time. In money. You understand the point. Movie? Is he talking about the in-flight one that's mentioned in the magazine? A summary of the plot and start time. Interesting. They were supposed to show License to Love, Laugh, Maim, and Murder. I cannot see that movie in my country. You can only see it on international flights. I looked forward greatly to that movie. I checked my bucket watch whenever possible so I would not miss it. I even checked my pocket watch to the destination time when I came aboard. So my watch is not wrong. It matched the schedule. But the movie was still late. Very, very late. Oh wow, you're hold it. When's the first time you ever seen that being happening without pressing any buttons? Your pocket watch. I'd like to ask you a little more about it if that's alright. The movie I wanted to see would not start, so I checked my pocket watch many times.
Hold it!
So this movie you mentioned, is it the one listed in the Sky magazine? Yes! I was so looking forward to watching License to Love, Laugh, Babe, and Murder. Miss Tenero, was this movie shown on this flight? Yes, it was shown at the scheduled time. Isn't it possible you simply slipped through it by accident? Nonsense! You doubt me? No, now stop pointing at me like that! Odd, how did he miss a movie that he was clearly hoping to see? I checked my pocket watch a great number of times. That much I know for sure. Alright, thank you. Yeah, they just gave me my supper, but I'm not gonna eat it right now. I don't want it. I don't like eating in front of viewers. My watch is set to my destination's time. I always set it when I board this plane. Let me see. You know, I know this moment because it's ingrained in my memory. One of the best announce the truths moments ever. So.
Objection!
Mr. LeBlanc, you said this just now in your testimony. I even set my pocket watch to the destination time when I came aboard. Now, if your watch has been set to our destination's time zone, it would mean that your watch is displaying the time of our destination. Yes, and the correct time is worth its 6 cents. I would like you to take a look at this. If you believe the Sky magazine, clocks in on this flight and run in accordance with the time of our departure time zone. Of course, the movie schedule was also created with that in mind. Miss Tenero, for confirmation's sake, what time zone is this flight aligned to right now? Well, we made a short stop at a transfer point. That's right, it was in that small Asian country, the Republic of Zhengfa. But we didn't readjust our onboard clocks at that time. So right now we are still running on Borginian time. What? The time difference between Borginia and our destination is 9 hours. In that case, it's only natural that your watch would be out of sync with the schedule. What? Further, with your analog watch set to our destination's time, it would appear to be running 3 hours fast when compared to the flight's onboard clocks. It also changes everything about your testimony. And you can bet 1 million cents on that. In light of this new information, it means you saw Mr. Hicks 3 hours prior at 3 a.m. My 1 million cents! This should clear up all the remaining accusations. So this basically widens the time frame for the time of death, right? Yes, because Mr. LeBlanc saw the victim enter the elevator at 3 a.m. It means that the time of death could be anywhere from 3 to 6:15 a.m. The question now is, where was Mr. Hicks during that span of time, and what was he doing? I've got something to say. And you are? Yeah, oh! I'm Cammy Meal. I'm a flight attendant. And what is it you wish to say? Well, I think your story's a little different from how I remember it. What do you mean, Cammy? I saw Mr. Hicks sitting on his seat at 5 a.m., you know. What? How could you be so sure of the time? Oh, that's right. He pushed his call button while we were parked at the transfer point. The stop we made for refueling and cargo transport in Zhangfa, correct? Yes, it was from 4 to 5 a.m. and according to our clocks. And during that time, did any of the passengers leave or did any new ones board this flight? No. Not a single person got off or on in Zhangfa. What about the flight crew? The few who were handling the cargo transfer might have temporarily gotten on or off. But eventually everyone, including Tammy and myself, came back on the plane. So basically I can assume that no one left or got on since our initial takeoff. Interesting. I should keep that in mind. Refueling in Zhangfa data jotted down in my organizer. Made a brief stop from 4 a.m. to 5 a.m. to transfer cargo and refuel at transfer point. Yeah, and I answered his call. I can tell you Mr. Ackby Hicks was there in his seat when we took off again at 5 a.m. Miss Mills' testimony jotted down in my organizer. Mr. Ackby Hicks was there in his seat when we took off again at 5 a.m. Alright, then that puts the time of murder between 5 and 6:15 a.m. Okay, now what time did you come down to the lounge, Mr. Edgeworth? I remember coming down here almost as soon as we left the Republic of Zhangfa. Ah! You! You were here the whole time from 5, yes? Then you are the only one who could be the killer! Mr. Edgeworth, were you really here in this lounge the entire time from 5 a.m. onwards? Unfortunately, yes. But then how do we explain the footprints? Is not that obvious? This man waited for Mr. Hicks here in this lounge, waited to kill him! And then he put the corpse into the elevator! That is when the turbulence happened! My eyewitness testimony may have been mistaken, but one time I saw Mr. Hicks enter the elevator on the second floor does not matter, because the entire incident concluded here in this lounge. Everything happened in this lounge? Is that what you really believe, Mr. LeBlanc? Do you have another idea? I simply feel there's something out of place in the scenario you presented. Is there something that can tie this crime to a location other than this lounge?
Take that!
These footprints, in which direction do you think they are headed? That would be the in-flight shop. Correct. They are headed in the direction of the shop. But they look disconnected. They end all of a sudden. You are right to point out that they do not form one continuous trail to the shop. However, there is another piece of evidence that connects the shop to our crime scene. Besides the footprints, what else points to the in-flight shop?
Take that!
That's easy. The murder weapon. This little piggy bank sold in the in-flight shop. It is sold there and only there, and it is not displayed here in the lounge. How then did it find its way here? Don't you find that a tiny bit suspicious? Such a trivial point. It only means you prepared it, taking it from the shop first before coming here. It doesn't... Hold on, I gotta press the button here. Hold on a second. It doesn't prove you are innocent at all. Is there no way to win this with this man? Hold it. If I may. What is it? You see... Well, it's just as Mr. Edgeworth says. Oh, and why do you know this so well? Well, it's just that piggy bank was there in the shop. I saw it with my own eyes. And when was this? It was maybe around 5:40 a.m.? Isn't that just before we hit that patch of turbulence? That's right. You were in the shop just before the turbulence? Yes I was. Come to think of it. Mr. Nero, when I found the body, I believe you came out of that door. Yes, I did. And what is beyond that door? That's the flight attendant's room. Then, you were on the first floor? Yes. I had to do something at the shop in the in-flight attendant's room. So I went to the shop first and then to the flight attendant's room. Are you saying you passed by me at some point? Yes. You seemed really into this issue of Sky magazine you were reading at the time. I don't suppose you noticed me walking by. I vaguely recall someone walking by, but I didn't take notice of who it was. Anyway, the piggy bank was definitely there at the shop when I went there. Why did you go to the shop in the first place? I went there for a work-related matter. Work, you say? Yes. The upkeep of the shop is also one of my responsibilities. Why did you not say anything about that until now, is what I want to know! In any case, I believe it's clear that the shop needs to be investigated as well. Shall we head over there then? Hold it! What is it now? Aren't you forgetting something, Miss Rhoda? Don't you need the captain's permission to check the shop? No, I haven't forgotten. But I have already asked him for permission to search the entire plane. So I think we are all right. Huh? That's weird. What is? Well, I just talked to the captain, see? And he said that he didn't give you permission to do anything like that at all. What is the meaning of this, Mr. Nero? It means she's lying. Go on, admit that you are. You said you had permission to search all over, but you don't. And yet, here you are. You! Flight attendant! What are you trying to do? Pull the sheep over us? The captain's calling for you, Miss Rhoda. Oh, but don't worry. I already got permission to search the shop from the captain. LeBlanc, I just want to know, who or what are you pointing at right now? And why? See, unlike you, I do things the right way. Miss Tenero, why would you do such a thing? Please excuse me. Looks like I get to be in charge now. Please go back to your seat, Mr. LeBlanc. Now then, Mr. Edgeworth. If you would follow me, I will be your guide from now on. There's something about Miss Tenero that has piqued my curiosity. But right now, investigating the in-flight shop is my top priority. Oh, I am really mad! You had better hurry and bring me some evidence. If you could wait just a little longer while we look into the shop. Don't number the birds before they are born. Don't number the... What? I have no idea what he's trying to say. Don't count your chickens before they hatch, perhaps? All I ask of you is your patience and cooperation. And now he's calmed down. What the hell is she doing? A piano. It's been a while since I played one of these. It might not be a bad idea to brush up a little bit after all this time. Of course, that's contingent on the outcome of this case. It's time to get investigated. Miss Meal! About investigating the in-flight shop. You're no use to me asleep. Wake up! What's up? I need you to come with me so I can search the shop. Go on ahead and doubt me. I'll catch up with you later. How is this woman up in fire jet? We're gonna know about that in a moment. Mr. Edgeworth, that's the attendance room! Oh, please excuse me, it was a simple mistake. You made a mistake. You made a mistake, didn't you? Why don't you just come out and say it? That's exactly what I just said. I made a small mistake. Don't nod off while I'm talking! These bottles and glasses must have been broken by the turbulence. There's quite a bit of broken glass here. Please be careful when passing through the area. Huh? Did you say something? I said that there's glass here and need to be careful. But why? Obviously, common sense doesn't register, even as a blip on this girl's radar. These corner windows offer a glimpse of the sky, but these clouds don't tell me nothing. Now's not the time for me standing here making up soliloquies. I should be hurrying into the shop and investigating. There's something written on the pedestal. Here lies Hugo Hughes. I don't think that's what they meant to write. I already checked this area earlier, but it never hurts to take another look. I doubt anyone is expecting to find a dead body in an elevator on this flight. For the victim's sake, I will do anything in my power to bring this to a speedy end. It looks like there was just the one picture in this pocket. The machine that should be hanging off here must be still in this plane somewhere. There's blood on the back of Mr. Hicks' head. Could this be the cause of death? He appears to have been struck very hard. There's no grape juice residue on the soles of his shoes, making it highly unlikely that Mr. Hicks entered this elevator after the turbulence. There's money strewn all over the floor of the elevator. I guess this was all in Mr. Hicks' wallet before the incident. Captain Hugo here was probably used to hit the victim on the back of the head. There you go. A pity that a bronze statue knows not when good drink has been spilled at its feet. Odd, compared to the one on the left, the statue appears to be slouching a little. It must be the altitude. Yes, that's it. Glasses and candles started in disarray by the turbulence. Seeing this reminds me of the ferocity of that last patch window. No, I can't do this anymore. I've overcome that already. And will that past traumas control me for the rest of my life? This step on over chair, yet another victim of the turbulence. There's something written on the back. In honor of Rocket Pal's day? I have the distinct impression that this chair has nothing to do with this case. Weren't we going to the in-flight shop? Of course, I still fully intend to. Okay, well the shop is over there, don't forget now. I knew that, I just didn't know what was going to happen if I went to the steps. Let's go. March 12th, 8:32 a.m. Flight 390, first flight, in-flight shop. So this is the in-flight shop. It's quite a mess in here. You think? Guess I'll have to clean this things up then. Wait, guess I'll have to clean things up then. Hold on! You can't clean up a potential crime scene. Oh, thank goodness. I hate cleaning so much. The fact that I was thinking of, me saying so much like that, is actually because I remember the movie Cats Don't Dance, and Darla Dimple does that. She says, "Thank you so much." Ta! Does that evil that evil villain laugh there. I mustn't rush things here. I must remain cool, calm, and collected. Because this piggy bank was left at the crime scene. Murder weapon, Captain Hugo. The blood on it is still fresh. Could this be the murder weapon? There is a very good chance that the killer had paid this place a visit. Alright, time to investigate the in-flight shop. Beautiful flowers and a beautiful arrangement. I feel cleansed just by looking at them. Well, you're kind of stepping on a few of them, you know, Mr. Edgeworth. Oh, excuse me. It's beautiful flowers and a beautiful arrangement. You're closest by looking at them. What are these? Oh, those are our company's completely original line of suitcases. They're practically flying out the door. That's how popular they are. You should buy one and see how you like it. You won't regret it. Perhaps that's how things work on this flight, but in the real world, you try then buy. No way! But either way, it doesn't really matter. True, either way, why would anyone buy a suitcase after they boarded the plane? You know, it's a little memento. They could probably be buying it as a little memento, you know? As a means to be like, yeah, I was on this plane and I bought this suitcase just because why the fuck not? Anyway, see that? Just look at all the Captain Hugo heads painted on there. Cute and company mascot, isn't he? They are painted on with a lot of care. Doesn't he look like he's about to jump out at you? It is certainly making something jump inside my stomach. Huh? Oh, I guess there's no fooling your refined tastes. Huh? You look like you really wanted to get one. And I thought I was going to finally make my first sale, but you saw right through it. Glad that's done though. Never made me try to give you a sales pitch ever again, okay? But I never showed any interest in it to begin with. It really is pretty horrible, isn't it? You want to know something? The suitcase was designed by Miss Rhoda. Miss Tenero designed this? Yeah, it was a company-wide contest. Well, it does have a very sharp design sense. Sharp? Like stinky sharp cheddar, maybe. I really have no idea why the bigwigs decided to go with it. It's so bleh. Miss Tenero designed this, did she? It's definitely not what I would have expected. What the hell? You okay? I'm fine. Please watch yourself, Miss Meal. Letting a suitcase really roll around has got to be a safety violation. Suitcase. Plane shaking caused it to roll. In-flight suitcases displays can be hazardous. Here, I'll put it back. And now look who's stepping on the flowers now, ma'am. Hey, Lion Blade, how you doing tonight? There's a wide selection of souvenirs for sale in these display cases. You know what I'd suggest? Sorry, but I have no intention of buying souvenirs on this trip. Okay, then how about you buy something for me then? As a present. Damn thing about you. Some people might not buy a gift for that. Now, I have bought gifts for other people before. Even, like, people I did barely know, but I did know, but barely. I still bought gifts for them. The one that I remember the most was, the one that I could immediately think of right at the top of my head was, when I bought, I was watching Star Wars because of what happened to James Earl Jones. Yeah, rest in peace, James Earl Jones. You know, I was watching The Lion King after I heard he passed away. I was actually watching The Lion King. Because I know so many people would be like, well, why didn't you watch Star Wars along with The Lion King or just Star Wars? Because I did watch Star Wars on May the 4th, you know, May the 4th be with you. So that's why I didn't watch it on the day he passed away. Because I recently watched it a few months back. But I've had my eye on that pendant for such a long time. Try paying some attention to me when I ask you something, and then we'll talk. The glass in this display case's door is all shattered all over the floor. And it looks like there's nothing on display inside either. Huh? Wait, actually, I think there is something. What's this? A mini captain's hat? Tiny captain's hat. It's a tiny captain's hat? I swear I've seen one of these before. I forgot my British Stuffed toys, just like the one Miss Meal is holding, are on display here. They're relatively cheap, which explains why they're displayed so haphazardly. How about it, Mr. Edward? You know you want one too. They're great for when you're stressed. Why do I envision stuffed animal abuse when she says that? Oh my god. Wow, Edward. Why do you envision stuffed animal abuse when she says that? I'm curious. Let me see something here. It'd be really funny if this is the case. Hey! The hat probably used to be on the piggy bank's head. Let's give it a go and see. I believe this piggy bank was forcibly removed from this display case. Does this mean that the killer broke the glass to get to it? Captain Hugo, piggy bank data updated in my organizer. Found at the crime scene. Culprit must have shattered the display case glass to take it. Really? Oh wait, hold on. If I'm trying to do a Japanese kind of thing, if this is anime type of stuff, so it'd be like, pretty much. They every time I watch an anime, they always over-exaggerate the They do that all the time in anime. I swear to God. Don't tell me you don't know where things go where in this shop. Well, I don't. Miss Rhoda's in charge of this place. I'm not gonna say that in that anime voice if that's what you're thinking, Lion Blade. So come on, how should I know anything? I sense that further inspection of this display case is needed. Is this really how this is gonna go? So why was it... Oh, I'm an idiot for that. Sorry. Yeah, I'm an idiot for that. There are all kinds of luxury name brand merchandise for sale in this display case. And they've lined up in just such a manner as to scream, "Buy me!" to any passers-by. Inside this display case is a row of lifesavers and life vests for sale. We sell lots of those when there was some kind of accident or something. But some people buy them even when nothing's going on. How about it, Mr. Edgeworth? Care to buy one? I sense that this shop is one shopper away from being sued. I don't know much about this shop, but you can still ask me about whatever. So what do you think about what has happened regarding this case? Oh, I don't know. I guess I think you're the killer though, Mr. Edgeworth. I can assure you that I'm here in the shop to prove just the opposite. Yeah, but it was me that got you the permission to look around. You know? So don't forget that, okay? How am I supposed to thank you properly? If you insist on falling asleep, well, you know what they really show your thanks? You see that item for sale over there? Sorry, but you're gonna have to make me do with my words of appreciation. What is that on the floor? I won't dress until I've inspected every suspicious nook and cranny. You know the drill? Is this the same man as the one portrayed in the statues around the elevator? Yeah, that's a paperweight of the founder of GoU Airlines, Mr. Hugo Hughes. On the bottom shelf we have the cute one, the middle shelf is the realistic one, and on the top shelf, that's the floral version. Floral? Are you sure about that? Let me guess. You just said the first thing that came to your mind, right? Looks like they hit the bullseye. The glass on this door is broken. Perhaps it was the killer who broke it in order to take the piggy bank? But it's a bit odd that the inside of the case is so devoid of glass shards. Plus the glass broke rather cleanly. Ah! Ah! What is it? I touched the glass and it cut my finger. It hurts, Mr. Edgeworth, it hurts! Please tell me you can deal with such a minor cut on your own. God damn, Edgeworth. GoU Airlines related books line this shelf. The history of GoU Airlines, the future of GoU Airlines, the 7 wonders of GoU. Fight on, GoU Airlines! Working name, Hugo Airlines. Hugo U! With a heart at the end. The titles make it very clear they won't be making the top sellers list anytime soon. For security, there's a lock on this display case. Miss Meal, mind if I may ask you about this lock? The one who's in charge of the shop is Miss Rhoda, so she's got the keys to all of the display cases. I see. Oh, I bet you want to buy something. Do you want me to go get the key from her? No, that's alright. And now here I am, stuck again, trying to figure out what to do. Now is where the interesting bit begins here. Because I'm trying to figure out what I gotta do next in this area. There's gotta be a deduction somewhere. A deduction here. Hmm. Okay. Sometimes... Alright. Alright, well, let's see here. So, I did have this idea, so let's go ahead and do this.
Eureka!
There's definitely something very unusual about this. About what? If the killer had broken the glass to get at the Captain Hugo bank, there should be shards of glass inside the case itself. Ooh, I see. Yeah, I guess it'd be like that. However, there's not a single piece of glass inside the display case. Nope. No, there isn't. You know what? I'm gonna do this real quick. Give me one quick second here. Which means that the glass was broken from the inside out. The piggy bank must have fallen over from the turbulence and right through the glass. Yeah, that's for sure. There's so much glass all over the floor. I'm willing to bet that this hat was knocked off its head at that time, too. That's nice. Which leads me to believe. Which leads me to believe that the killer took the Captain Hugo bank from here after the turbulence. Turbulence. The plane shook so much during it that it made a huge mess of the shock. Captain Hugo piggy bank data updated in my organizer. This was taken out of the display case in the mid-flight shop after the turbulence. Take your power naps on your own time, Miss Meal, and listen when I'm talking. What? But the murder occurred before the turbulence, which rules this piggy bank out as the murder weapon. So you mean the bank's not the real murder weapon? It's a fake? Yes, at this point that is a very real possibility. But then what if when the killer went to take Captain Hugo, it broke the glass by accident? The display case is locked, so that's highly unlikely. Yeah, but there's one person who could've. Oh, and who would that be? Miss Rhoda, of course. I mean, she's the one in charge of this place, so she has the keys to everything. Miss Rhoda Tenero, huh? Yeah, we already know what to do here. Do that. Yes, there's definitely something wrong here. What's with the sudden yelling? Tell me, Miss Mia, don't you think there's something strange about these suitcases? Oh, well, sure, they totally ooze strange. Like the color and the such. That's not what I'm talking about. Now pay attention. Ah, you're scaring me, Mr. Edgeworth. Sorry. These suitcases are lined up a bit too prim and proper. Yeah, they look a bit uptight, don't they? But I guess they take after their creator. Again, that's not what I meant, Miss Meal. Don't you find it unusual that these cases are the only things undisturbed by the turbulence? Never mind, I'd sooner find an answer by inspecting these suitcases myself. Upon close inspection, they really are quite hideous. I wonder how Miss Rhoda would have reacted if she'd heard what you just said. What's wrong? She makes a good point. It would be wise of me to watch what I say out loud. Is this a court game, not a drama game? This is actually more of a it's like a proceed. Now, I won't say which case, but there is one case that does delve into a court. But I don't know if we do like a court proceedings or whatnot in that case, or if it's just us talking to other people like we do in this game, like we are right now. I don't know. But that's there. In any case, this is more interactive. Whereas with Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney, you just pick locations to go to, you pick what to say, you pick what to show, you do every little thing with that. But the game basically plays itself like a visual novel. It is a visual novel. But you get what I'm saying. Whereas with this, you play as other character. You literally walk around as Edgeworth. So it's different than Ace Attorney in that regard. It's not really a visual novel kind of game. It's more of a who done it kind of game. Where I mean, you still figure out who done it in the other games in the Ace Attorney trilogy. Well, you know what I'm saying. What's this? I spotted something that's not quite right. What's so unusual about this suitcase? Yeah, she is a drama queen.
Take that!
There's something very peculiar about these wheels. Huh? As in, there are no stoppers in place on these. Without stoppers, one would think that the turbulence would have sent it flying. And so it is very likely that this suitcase was placed here after we hit that turbulence. Let's take a closer look at it, shall we? God damn, could they have zoomed out of this thing any more? What's this? The wheel is completely covered in something. This color and this scent. It appears to be the substance in question is grape juice. But why would there be juice on the wheel of a suitcase? Good question. This was apparently the design by Miss Tanero herself. The design has a certain je ne sais quoi about it. I'm sorry if I butchered the French of it, the French language there, but I don't speak French, so yeah. Yes, perhaps that is the best way to put it. What is that? A $1,200 price tag. Not exactly priced by someone with a conscience, I'd say. It appeared to be unlocked. Let's take a look. And it's soaked with blood. Ah, it's blood! It appears that this suitcase is very strongly tied to our murder after all. Investigation complete. So explain this to me. What does the suitcase have to do with the murder? I believe it's pretty safe to say that the killer used the suitcase in some manner. Such as to move something, perhaps? But aren't you just talking about the cloth then? That alone is too small. A larger item would be needed to move what I'm thinking of. The thing I believe the killer used the suitcase to transport is...
Take that!
something that would fit inside a suitcase that is also covered in blood. Sounds like a dead body, doesn't it? Go use suitcase data jotted down in my organizer. This was used to transport the body. It was designed by Miss Rhoda Tenero. Bloody cloth data jotted down in my organizer. Found inside the suitcase. Its beautiful pattern has been soiled by blood. But... In light of this, I'd say that Mr. Hitz was moved into the elevator from someplace else. Which means that the murder was committed in an entirely different location. So you're saying that after moving the body into the elevator, the killer brought the suitcase in here and just left it? Exactly. What is it? Nothing. Just that... I was thinking about what Miss Rhoda said about coming here for some reason. Excuse me, Mr. Edgeworth. I wanted to give you a bit more time, but I'm afraid I wasn't able to convince the captain. I'm very sorry, Mr. Edgeworth, but the captain feels that he has allowed you ample time. He says that he'd appreciate it if you could wrap it up here and return to your seat. I understand his sentiments. However, if I'm not allowed to complete my investigation, the crime scene may become more contaminated by the time we land. If I must stop, then I insist on being allowed to oversee the preservation of the two sites. Under your supervision, of course. If that's your only condition, then I believe we can accommodate your wishes. I'm here to assist you in any way that I can, Mr. Edgeworth. Sounds like fun! We can camp out and watch over everything together. I found proof that the real crime scene was not in the lounge. And I have enough evidence to prove myself to be innocent of any wrongdoing. And yet, regarding what Miss Meal reminded me about Miss Tenero, I can't allow my investigation to end here. The truth must come to light. To be continued. Save your progress? Yes. You know how I am. I like to save my progress after the fact. Yeah, we're not playing any more of this, actually. We're gonna go ahead and head back to the... We already saved it, so we don't need to worry about that. Alright. So, that is gonna do it for me for this episode of Ace Attorney Investigations. We've been at this for about 2.5 hours. Took freaking long enough if you ask me. So, if you guys would like to join me, I am going to be partaking in a raid. Let's see who we got here tonight. Let's see here. I know who to raid. Let me see if he's still alive, though. Okay, he looks like he is alive still, so we're gonna go ahead and raid him. Alright. So... Oh, what? Oh, wait, that... YouTube just glitched on me. YouTube just glitched on me. I was thinking of something else was done there. But that's just... I had a glitch that I no joke. I had Tom Leo's chat on my own stream, and I thought something was weird about that. But I was wondering, like, wait, how does that work? But okay. But in any case, we're gonna go ahead and raid Tom Leo. He is playing. He is playing some Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. So there's that. There is his link. I believe that it's going to link it to his account. Hold on, let me fix that. Hold on, let me take that comment down. Let me get a different one because that messed up. Yeah, that messed up somehow. So there's the link to Tom Leo. And as usual, the raid hashtag is hashtag Forest Raid. So, yeah, so all you have to do is basically put the raid hashtag in this chat. Do not spam it. Just put it in this chat, and there you go. That's all you need to do. But with that all being said, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Ace Attorney Investigations. Next time, we continue Next time, we make a stop at the airport, and we're going to see where that goes. But until then, ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and until next time, where I may or may not be reading Five Nights at Freddy's the novel after I'm done eating my food. We'll see what happens. Either way, thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed, and until next time, ladies and gentlemen, this is Forrest Walpole, signing off.